Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm gonna be revisiting Bride of Chucky. Now, just in case y'all don't know why I'm doing this series, I'm revisiting Chucky series number one because I want to talk about more Chucky, but as well I'm doing a lead up to the remake. Yeah, so we're gonna be revisiting Bride of Chucky. Jared Robertson is also doing this series, so go subscribe to him. And after I get done with the Chucky franchise, I'm gonna be revisiting Halloween, which is my second favorite horror franchise. I'm actually gonna make a video on my favorite horror franchises. So let's get to the video. Bride of Chucky, man, this is the one I'm always finding myself watching. Is this one or is legit this it's either Child's Play 2 or is this one for real? And I love Bride of Chucky. Bride of Chucky was my third Chucky movie. It was my third Chucky movie I ever seen, so it does hold some nostalgia for me. Bride of Chucky is just one to me. It's funner than Cult, and that's my opinion. I just feel like Bride of Chucky goes off the wall, but it doesn't go too far off the wall. And what I think is, I like a dark, I like a dark Chucky movie. I like Chucky, when he's the way he is in the first one. I like the way he is in the sequel. But if I have to pick another alternative Chucky, it's gonna be how he was in Bride, because he was not comical. He was dark humored type of Chucky, and I didn't mind a dark humor type of Chucky. Some people may have a problem with that. I don't. Like Bride of Chucky is fun. Um, does the soundtrack and some of the things still hold up? No. Bride of Chucky does feel very 90ish. It does feel very 90ish, and yeah, there's some things it does feel outdated, and I think that's so terrible. When a good film is out, but it's that nostalgia that's like holding it back a little bit. You know what I mean? That's what I think. Bride of Chucky, there's really nothing wrong with this film. I don't mind the direction that they took. Again, you have to think, this franchise needed a breath of fresh air. It needed one Child's Play 3, but we didn't get a breath of fresh air. Bride of Chucky gave us a breath of fresh air. Chucky's Chucky's scored look has grown on me throughout the years. I used to be okay with it. I used to be fine with it. Now I'm starting to love it more. Not saying it's my favorite Chucky look. My favorite Chucky looks from Child's Play 2 and Child's Play 3 when he split. But yeah, I do dig the scarred Chucky. The scarred Chucky is not as effective and as scary in some lighting. I will say that. I can talk. I like Child's Play 2 in the first Child's Play. I can talk forever about Bride of Chucky. Um, and this is one of the films that Child's Play 1 and Bride of Chucky and Child's Play 2, of course, and some other horror movies and other films that I actually studied and took notes on of, like the cinematography. Because again, if y'all don't know, I will always be a rapper and will always do music, but I also want to do a horror movie really bad. And this is one of those films that I really took notes on. And um, just Bride of Chucky is really fun. Brad ranks his A game, of course, to Chucky. Jennifer Tilly's introduced in this. Jennifer Tilly really shines as Tiffany in this. I feel like a lot of her was taken away in Seed, and even in Cold of Chucky, a lot of her was taken away, and I don't know why that is, but um, she really shines in Bride of Chucky, and I love Tiffany's look in this. And two, there's not much comedy, which, God, not too much comedy. And Ronnie Yu directed Bride of Chucky and Freddy vs. Jason. And I'm gonna say something, and this is my opinion. Ronnie Yu is very slept on. He's very slept on and not very appreciated in the horror community. Like he's not. Like he's a good horror director. And I feel like if you gave him a script with a dark horror movie, he delivers something dark. And I feel like he has that under his arsenal because Friday vs. Jason was kind of dark, you know. But Brian Chucky was kind of like a dark humor. You know, he kind of has that under his belt, and I don't know where Ronnie Yu is today, but I really wish he would come back, and um, I really do wish he would come back because he gave us, to me, what I think is something special with Bride of Chucky, and it really is special to me. Like I really do enjoy it. The dark elements in this, like the voodoo, the voodoo really um, adds, to me, I think the voodoo adds new layers to this. John Ritter is in this. He was supposed to be in Child's Play 3, if y'all don't know that. There's even Hellraiser references in this. The kills are awesome in this, and for me, the best kills in the Chucky series would have to be Child's Play 1, 2, Bride, uh, couple scenes from 3, and Cult. Them were like the best Chucky kills out there, and that's my opinion. And just Bride of Chucky is all around fun movie, and in fact, I done made a song about Chucky, which y'all know, but I'm gonna make another song about Chucky, and I'm gonna call it Bride of Chucky. So just saying, just throwing that out there. But yeah, like for me, Bride of Chucky was always one of those films that it never got boring. It never got boring. It never got saturated. It never got boring. I think that's the best thing I can really say. And this is nothing going against Child's Play 2 or the first one, but Bride of Chucky was just a little bit more funner and a little bit more of a fresh air. And it took the concept of a living doll and just ran with it. Like it didn't take itself seriously. It didn't take itself too dark, and that's what it needed in the franchise. And I hate when people call this, and I hate when people call Bride of Chucky a comedy. Again, we all have opinions, but Bride of Chucky is not a comedy. A comedy is a comedy. Comedy is a comedy. You don't have any kills in it. If you do, it's like slim to none. Um, you have to know film before you call a film a certain thing. You kind of get what I'm saying. So, Bride of Chucky, nothing wrong with this film. It's straight 10 out of 10. I really do enjoy this film. And I just love how we went from Child's Play 3, which was to Bride of Chucky, which would skyrocket. And I just wish that we would have got a proper sequel to Bride of Chucky. I'm just saying, because Seed of Chucky was not a proper sequel to Bride. I'm gonna say it. But I think they should have did, because Bride of Chucky had a dark humor tone to it. What they should have did was when they had Seed of Chucky in mind. I think what they should have did was make Glenn a type of background character, but he's there and he's gonna be a killer in this, and the tone is going to go back to the first film only. We're going back to that tone. That's what they should have did, and then they could have went back to the dark humor type stuff. And I'm gonna say this right now. Um, I love Don Mancini. I love Don Mancini. He gave us one of the best franchises known to man. But let me tell you something. And no disrespect to Don or anything, but I think he should do this. Don Mancini is kind of doing it with the TV series. He brought him a writer to help him write. I think when they do Chucky movies again with the original franchise, Don Mancini should let somebody else direct. You know, and that's my opinion. Again, no disrespect to Don, but I think that'd be pretty interesting to see. Have Don Mancini write, of course. He would be one of the heavy involvement, but you will also have a director. And I would like to see, well, I know his name, but for some reason it slipped my mind, but the guy who directed the short film Charles, I would like to see him direct the Chucky movie and have Domin Sr. write it. Um, because in my opinion, and I hope the TV show captures it, and I think the TV show will because of the new writer. But what I mean is, we need to, and it's hard to do that in film, it really is. But we need to try to recapture, the feel, the vibe of the first two, or at least the feel of Bride. You know, I feel like the tone that they did with Child's Play and the tone they did with Bride was just a genie in a bottle. It was like a one chance, once all. And I do think Don should consider that, talk to Universal, say, hey, when we do Chucky movies again, I want someone else to direct. Um, have the guy from the Charles fan film direct, or have Jordan Peele. Why not? I think Jordan Peele could really take a spin on it, and he's really a hot commodity in horror right now. Or James Wan. I'd like to see James Wan direct and him give more of like a supernatural. I'm not saying have Chucky floating around, but tap in more into the voodoo aspects and really what Chucky can do with the voodoo. I'm not saying make Chucky have leprechaun powers, but you know what I'm saying. I think James Wan can really tackle that. And there's some other people that I feel like could fit the Chucky mold pretty pretty well. But Bride of Chucky, I'm getting so off topic in this. Y'all probably know that I like talking about Chucky. There's not a question about that. But Bride of Chucky, it's one of my favorite Chucky movies. Bride, Child's Play 1, 2 are my favorite. Like, this is where, and Chucky, a lot of people don't realize this, Chucky really shines with his one-liners and with his, wittiness. Like, he really shines in this. And a lot of people say, Tiffany steals the show. I think it's very equal amount screen time, and um, they both share the screen very well. So, Bride of Chucky, I love this film. It's a 10 out of 10. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think of Bride of Chucky? Don't catch everyone in the next video. Make sure you go check out Jared Robertson's Revisited series. And yeah, catch everyone in the next video. Peace.